welcome back to my channel. In case you're new, I'm Shama from Happy Living Now, where we take on a holistic approach to helping you design a life that you love. So as you can already tell from the title of this video, I am going to show you how I go ahead planning my week to achieve maximum productivity. Now I will be honest, and I want to note here that I don't do this routine every single week, but I try to follow this method on most weeks, especially when I know the week ahead is going to be a bit hectic and I'm gonna have a lot on my plate. Also, I thought that making this video would be helpful to most, if not all of you, who may have had to convert to working from home during this pandemic and quarantine period, especially if you're not used to working from home and you may have experienced a little bit of difficulty as far as being productive is concerned during your normal working hours. Now, your working hours may be from 9 to 5 or whatever your working hours may be, but if you're not used to working from home this past month and a half or so may have been a little bit difficult for some of you, especially those of you who have kids who are now home as well. And you may be a little bit all over the place as far as maintaining your schedule for any given day or the week. And working from home. So I wanted to make this video to show you how I go ahead and plan my week. Now I'm used to working from home. On most days I work from home. I do own my own business and I've worked from home. But in the past 2 months or so, I did gain a project that required me to also go into the office and work. So since the pandemic, I've now had to work from home on that project. I do that project remotely. So that means my time, as opposed to me working for myself, now has to be a little bit more structured now that I'm working on a project for someone else. And so this is the routine that I would typically go through, especially when I know my week ahead is gonna be a bit hectic and I'm probably gonna have a little bit more on my plate than usual. I try to stick to this routine. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into planning. So of course, the first thing you want to do when you are planning your week or any given day, you want to go ahead and write down a master to-do list. Now, I typically try to do that on a Sunday night. Most times when I'm planning my week ahead, I try to do it on the Sunday or maybe even the Monday morning. So what that looks like, it looks like me taking a piece of paper and a pen or pencil, or you could use a planner as well, whatever you have, and just write down the main goals that you want to accomplish for that given week. It could be your top priorities. I try to write down maybe at least anywhere from 10 to 15 items on my list as they come through my head. I write them down on a master to-do list for things that I may want to accomplish for that week. So now that you have your master list all written out and you've written out the goals that you want to accomplish for that specific week, step number 2 is to go ahead and organize and prioritize those goals. So you could do that by putting them in top threes for each day that you know there are certain things you want to accomplish on each specific day and put that as your top 3 for that specific day. Or you could also organize it and set it up as there are things that are more priority or more important than others, and that the priority ones are the ones you want to accomplish earlier in the week, and the ones that are not really top priority, you want to accomplish those at the end of the week. You organize it and prioritize it however you want to. Typically, I go through it and sometimes I try to write it out by day. So it depends on how many things I have on my list and how many of them are important. I may put it from anywhere from 2 to 3 top priorities for a given day. So I may put on Monday, I want to do these top 3 priority things, and then I may put an additional maybe 1 or 2 items. So for day max, I have maybe 5 items that I want to do that I know I need to accomplish for the week, but at least 2 or 3 out of the 5 items that I have on my list are the top 3 or the top 2 that must be done for that day. And then if I don't accomplish the others that are not really priority, then that's okay, but I want to make sure that I accomplish the priorities on that specific day. So again, you can do it by day or you could do it by earlier in the week. So your top priorities, you want to make sure that you accomplish them anywhere from Monday through Wednesday of the week, and the other less important items, you want to accomplish those towards the end of the week. Now, after you've prioritized your goals or the items that you want to accomplish for the week, step number 3 is to go ahead and either enter those in a planner or you want a calendar block. So if you have a planner, you could do that. Or if you have, I have here just a regular old notepad, that works too. Or sometimes I use calendar blocking. Now for me, once I've organized my priorities per day, I go into my calendar and I go into Google Calendar and I go ahead and calendar my stuff for the day. And I'm gonna walk you through how I actually go ahead and calendar block my items on any given day. Okay, so we're gonna navigate over to Google Calendar, and where I'm now in Google Calendar, and as you can see on the left hand side, I have all my calendars that are listed on the left hand side, and they're color coded, which means I could apply colors to every calendar that I want to see. As you can see here, I have my task calendar, daily routine, side hustle, YouTube, and those are all color coordinated so that when they show up on my calendar, I know just what they are. So we're going to create a calendar entry. And to do that, we're going to go up to the left-hand corner on the create button. And as you can see, it gives you a little pop-up screen here. However, you want more details than that, you can click the more options button. And then you're going to go ahead and enter your information. So I'm going to select work. Then I'm going to drop down and I'm going to put in the date, and I'm going to say from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. It's my side hustle. And down here, we're going to put repeats Monday to Friday, every week, Monday to Friday. And I'm going to select my calendar, which is my side hustle work. And there's the green button, and then I save that. So as you can see now on my calendar, I have an entry for Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And that is my side hustle. So say for example, on my Monday, I wanted my top priorities were to do laundry, to send a retainer agreement to a client, and then to meal prep. So I could also calendar my time in at 7 a.m. But again, you can be as strict or as flexible as you want. And the good thing is too, on your calendar, you can always move things around, and then it's automatically gonna update the time as you move items around on the calendar. So if you have to rework any item on your calendar, you can always move those around. So let's say I want to wake up for like 6:30, or let's say I want to wake at 7. So we're gonna wake at 7, and then we're gonna say 7 o'clock. We awake, and we're gonna select our daily routine calendar for that. We're gonna wake at 7 a.m. and then we're gonna create on the Monday. Let's say we're gonna go ahead and do meditation from 7:15 to about, let's say, 8 a.m. We're gonna do that daily routine. Okay. And then we're gonna put from 8 a.m. to 8:30, we're gonna have we're gonna bathe and do breakfast because we want to start our day. So we're gonna put 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. We're gonna have breakfast, and that's a daily routine. So we have a break from 8:30 to 9. We start work at 9. So we can go ahead and schedule our retainer agreement in here. That's more than enough time to go ahead and send the client that retainer agreement. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in as well. And we're gonna go send retainer to client. And then we're gonna schedule that in for, let's say, 15 minutes. So we can put 8:30 through 8:45. We're gonna go ahead and send that retainer, and we know that this is our business, so we're going to leave that like that, and we're going to click save. So as you can see, it's color coordinated, right? I wake up at 7. I know from 7 to 8 I'm going to do meditation. From 8 to 8:30 I'm going to bathe and do my breakfast, and then from 8:30 to 8:45 I'm going to send out that retainer, and then I start work from 9 to 5:30. If you want to be really structured, you can add your lunch in there as well. And then we know the next thing we want to do for that day, we got to do laundry and we got to do meal prep. Now, of course, laundry, I'm not going to calendar that in because laundry, I can do that as I'm doing my work throughout the day. That's not going to take me much time to throw a batch of clothes in the washer. But you could structure it if you wanted to do it during your workday or after your workday. And then I'm done at 5:30, so I know I want a meal prep. So let's say I go in and I'm gonna add my meal prep from 6 o'clock or 6:30. Let's give ourselves an hour break. We're gonna go from 6:30 to, let's say, 8 o'clock. We want a meal prep. And then we're gonna go ahead and put that as a daily routine, or because it's not a daily routine, but it's a task, you can put in a task as well and save that. And so from 6:30 to 8, we have our meal prep. We've worked 9 to 5:30, and then we sent out our client retainer. Now, as a step 4, a bonus step, or it's optional as well, is after, if you're someone who likes calendar blocking, after you've entered it in your calendar, or you can enter it in your note, in your planner, whichever option you've chosen between the planner and calendar blocking, or both, then I typically like to often go and do one step further. So now that we've calendar blocked or entered into a planner our day, and we've calendar stuff out for the week, on the specific day now, I like to go into my phone and I would go to, there are 2 things that I typically use for my to-do list for the day. So I have this ToDo app on my phone. Okay, so I'm gonna go in my to-do app, and let's say I want to add send a retainer. So I'm gonna put in, tap that plus sign. I'm gonna put in, let's say, a certain date. So I want to put let's say I'm gonna put today or tomorrow. As you can see at the bottom here, you can assign today, tomorrow, or none, so that's up to you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and type in send retainer to client, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put done. Now you can add a alarm here as well, it's up to you, but I already know that I'm gonna accomplish that today, so I'm just gonna put done, and then it's on my to-do app. And then once I've done that, I go back to my to-do app, and then I would just double tap, and as you can see, it dropped it down to the bottom. Now if I made a mistake, I just double tap again, it's gonna cross that out. But once I've done the task, I go to my to-do app, double tap task, and then it drops to the bottom of the list. And then once I exit the list of the to-do app, it's gonna go ahead and throw that into the bin at the end of the day or the next day. The next way that I sometimes like to do it, if I don't like to do the to-do app, is I simply go in my notes, and so the next way that I would do it is I would go in my notes, and I would simply go ahead and add in just a note on my phone. And as you can see, or for those of you who are iPhone users, the note app on your phone has little check mark buttons that you could put. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put in that little radio button and say send retainer to client, and then I'm gonna enter another one and say laundry, and then another one and say meal prep. So as the day goes along and as I accomplish my task, I go in here and I check whatever task I've accomplished. So if I did send a retainer to client, I'm gonna go ahead and select that, and that drops to the bottom of the list. Then I did my laundry, that's done, and that drops to the bottom of the list. And then meal prep, and then my task is done for the day. And then I go ahead and I could just go ahead and delete that note for the day. So it all depends on what you like to give you motivation to keep going for the day. You want to make sure that you're setting up systems that are going to help you remain productive or be productive, especially if you're not used to that home or work from home environment. You want to make sure that you have systems and strategies in place that are going to help you remain organized and remain productive. So I hope this video was helpful to at least someone out there in the slightest bit. If you are having struggles and difficulties remaining productive and planning your day or your week, especially if you're not used to this working from home environment, I hope the tips and tricks that I shared in this video were helpful to you, so that way you can go there and master productivity for the week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below as well. Let me know how you go ahead planning your week or your day to make sure you're as productive as possible. If you have any questions or video requests, drop them down in the comment section below as well. I look forward to seeing your suggestions as to what content you would like to see next. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe to the Happy Fam, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. Thanks again for watching. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys next time.